So today's video is going to be a lot of fun. It contains a sultry smoky eye, a very glowy face, and a nice nude lip. Anyways, I'm also going to be talking about my new blog, WordPress, gracepamela.mua.wordpress, and there'll be a link in the bottom bar if you'd like to check it out. I already have 3 great blogs up to date right now. Into talking about that a little bit more in the video, what roughly what some of them are about, not giving away too much stuff. If you wouldn't mind reading it, you are welcome to. Link is in the bottom bar. And I already have this YouTube channel which is monetized, and my Blogspot was monetized, but it wasn't getting enough views. Blogspot's kind of also very difficult to use, and I never wanted to go on a blog there, whether I was getting paid or not, just because it was too much work to maintain a decent looking blog. Blogspot's very hard to use and create something that I'm proud of sharing, right? So that being said, let's get into the video. Hey everyone. So to get started on today's look, I've already applied all of my skincare. I have applied my eye cream and my eye primer. A lot of people ask me, what days do you do skincare and what days do you do makeup? My response to this is you always do skincare. This is going to prime your canvas to not only be picture perfect, but it also lays down really wonderful nutrients for your skin, so it will help with cell turnover, protect your skin from the elements, as well as your makeup. In the event that your makeup doesn't completely agree with your skin type, at least you have that buffer of skincare there. We have all heard that makeup isn't great for your skin. It doesn't have to be as bad for your skin if you have a little bit of skincare to provide a layer of protection for you. I'm going to be taking the Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics Cream Color Concentrate in the shade District, and it is a matte kind of red, tomato-based red. You can use this as a lip color or a cheek stain. It's basically an artist grade multi-purposeful pigment. The only thing you really can't use all over the face is their lip tars, because they contain mint. I'm now going to take Makeup Geek Vegas Lights, another very internet savvy brand, if you will. I do believe people can have some fun shopping on the internet and saving a great deal of money with a lot of glitter in it. Pretty much, if you look at the description that Marlena and her team have provided online, it pretty much says that it is a glitter. It really works to press your brush into the pigment to pick up some color so it doesn't fly all over your face when you're applying it. I've also used Makeup Geek Gel Liner in the shade Poison on the lid. This is a little creamy, and I haven't done this particular red with that, so I wanted to give that a whirl. If you go back to one of my very old tutorials I recorded last year, it literally was a trip of me going to Vegas, and I wore that the first day in Vegas, and you'll see me using Poison. And it does create a much different effect on the area of the eyelid. So today's look, I'm going to be taking a lot of IT Cosmetics, and the first product we're going to be taking is the palette. I definitely like to mix and match my pigments with my varying palettes. It definitely keeps my pressed colors and my pigment colors in a great rotation, keeps everything looking alive and fresh. I'm going to be taking Sheer Joy, which is sort of like a skin tone color. I've been obsessed with these products since I moved down here. I'm not sure what's wrong with me really. I think it's because I'm back into bartending and I really want to play with my face more. When you're in skincare, you really have to focus on having great skin, and that's pretty much the name of the game. I'm now going to be taking Warmth, which is this 3rd shade over. One thing I learned when I was in skincare is that most American women spend their disposable income on color versus skincare, stuff that everybody's going to say wow or notice right away when they go out in public. The majority of American women consider skincare a necessity. I think a lot of those women are usually gym trainers, yoga instructors, people that wear a bare face out on a daily basis, want to really focus on their health. I'm going to be taking Sheer Joy again. And this little Sonia Kashuk guy. This is number 8. The brush is number 8. It's like this little weird handle. I'm just going to blend the crease color back down again. With a smoky eye, there's always a lot of going back and forth and playing with the colors till you get the right blend of I'm going to be taking Noir now. We're just gonna add the spice really nicely right now. And we're just gonna do a total YouTube thing right here, putting a V shape in the outer corner of the eye. There is no such thing as an outer V. Your outer eyelid is not shaped like a V, especially if it droops down or is hooded, but basically you're doing a V shape to add a little bit of definition. It's kind of like doing art. A lot of people just think that you're either a really good sketch artist or you're a really bad sketch artist, when sketching is really just all about shapes and blurring them and blending them together to create a caricature or a scene. I'm now going to take more Noir. So you're going to see right here, I'm basically doing the character, the start of the character. If you've ever seen like sketchbooks with Mickey, it shows you how to sketch by drawing circles and stuff like that. And pull color out of the outer corner. Now if you're dealing with a pigment with a lot of texture like the one I'm dealing with, it's very glittery. So when you are pressing that color down in the outer corner, you really don't want to do too much blending because you're gonna pull off a lot of that glitter. There's nothing more beautiful than an outer corner color that still has some of that that layering and that building underneath of it. It really helps the whole look come full circle. So you don't want to remove any of your blending just because you're adding the darkest, most popular, or the darkest possible color. Another step made very possible or popular by YouTube is taking kind of an eraser brush and going back in with the highlight color after you've done all of that. And this really helps if you are still having difficulty with the last color. If it looks really harsh, right up until the point where you get to the brow bone, you can always just blend through the crease with a light layer of color. Taking Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetic Color Pencil in the shade Sybil, we're taking another multi-purposeful product from OCC. I've already taken the Madame Glam in the shade Ultra Beige, and this is actually referred to as a mineral natural liquid foundation. To me, the consistency is not completely exclusive or similar to a mineral liquid. It's not what I think of when I think of Bare Minerals with being a shimmering liquid. Is it natural? Is makeup made from minerals? Abso-frickin-lutely. But that being said, it's not a shimmering, crushed mineral veil of liquid. It goes on very smooth and creamy and has a very dewy texture, very similar to higher end components. I mean, honestly, this could be a NARS variation even, because it gives you that really dewy flush before you set it. Now for the whole under eye area, we're going to be having a little bit of fun, but we're also going to be mimicking the colors that were used on top and in the shading process, just to provide a unison throughout the entire look. I've definitely done brown eyes before with aqua green liner, so that's always an option to take, of course, something contrasting on the bottom. It's definitely a much more fun approach than the one we're going to be taking in this video, so that's always an option. I'm going to be taking the Transforming Pearl now, and we're going to be popping this in the inner corner of the eye. It's important to take a brush that gives you enough precision, yet a good enough give when it comes to blending, so that you don't create a funny, harsh white line in the inner eye area between the nose. Now that our coverage is on, you can take whatever coverage you like, light, medium, super dark, whatever you want. I'm going to be taking the Wet n Wild Coverall in the shade Light, and this is actually a pretty good setting powder. It does leave your face feeling very dry in terms of, you know, that the makeup isn't going to move anywhere. It does provide a little lightweight coverage. The IT Cosmetics CC Plus Radiance palette. This palette has got some fun things in it. Imani makes a pressed powder similar to this one, except it's sold for over $20 by itself. This palette is under $30 for all of this. So really great multi-purposeful color. Now the whole reason why somebody would use this is because it is a brightening corrector. It's supposed to give you a little bit of everything to correct the complexion. Green, neutral, browns, pinks, all of those are used in color correction in varying skin tones. So if you're somebody who has multiple concerns, redness, discoloration, this is actually a really good complexion powder to have that might even serve you better than a mineral veil or a mineral kind of dusting loose powder. I'm going to be taking Warmth now. We're just going to focus on bronzing the face and having some fun with that. I normally just do contour and then bronzer swept over the contour, just because I don't like to put too much warm color all over the face. That, and I want definition along with a little bit of a warm glow. Some people really don't like bronzers, and that's okay too. I think it gives a certain approachability to the complexion to wear one, but to each his own. I know in some areas of the United States, having a lot of color is a sign that you're always out in the sun, and you know, you don't have a sun hat or you're working out in the sun. And in some other cultures, it's a sign that you're able to go on vacation a lot. So it really is just like, you know, take whatever makes you happy. And the rest is hereditary. I'm going to be taking Pretty Blush, Naturally Pretty Blush, I think that's what it's called. And it's just a really beautiful classic pink. So that's one of my new products from It Cosmetics. Another one was this Airbrush Blush Cheek Stain. It's really awesome. It has a similar texture to Make Up For Ever HD powder. It's like a Pro HD kind of powder, loose powder. I did a review of it on my new WordPress. I decided a long time ago to discontinue blogging within the Gmail, or sorry, I always say Getmail, I don't know why. I decided to stop blogging through Google, basically. Blogspot is an infrequented blog, and not only did I put a lot of time and energy into trying to make it look good, it's very hard to make a blog look great on Blogspot, and I had a lot of pictures taken with a very old camera, so it's just not the top quality I want. I could of course go back and delete and redo all of that work, but a lot of people have already viewed those blogs and they're already associated with me under my username, of course. My original blog spot was Cosmeticcouturier in print, and it is now Grace Pamela MUA at WordPress. I don't know why I pronounce my own and middle name incorrectly. Physicians Formula Beige Pearl. Now that the sheen's off the top of it, I can see why it's called Beige Pearl. Some people use this as an all-over dusting powder, and I guess you could, depending on the hand you use. If you're much paler than me, you probably could. It would make your face look very shiny. But, you know, I'm not a stranger to knowing different skin chemistries can take different looks and all that jazz. I'm going to link my WordPress in the bottom bar. I'm definitely getting into buying more drugstore stuff because Sephora is a long ways out for me. So there'll be a lot of fun stuff to come on there because life's very slow in Alabama, so I have a lot more time to enjoy doing things like that. If it scares people that I go this fast with the mascara wand, I'll slow down a little bit. I never really noticed how fast I was with the mascara wand. I mean, I know I'm not slow, but it takes forever to layer your lashes. So for today, we're going to be taking the Kiss lashes. These are number ones. These are by far some of my least favorite lashes Kiss has to offer. Not only do people out here comment that they look like bat wings, but people actually make comments like, ew. That's like the worst comment you could possibly make about the way somebody looks. But in all fairness, nobody out here really wears all that much makeup. So the more you wear, the more they kind of assume you're covering things up. Just what I've gathered. That's always been sort of the stigma behind makeup until us YouTubers came along. There's some really gorgeous YouTubers on here that paved the way for girls to wear makeup without being called cake face. Thank you for that. I'm probably a bigger cake face than some of the girls on here who are exceptionally gorgeous without makeup, but nonetheless, I still have a couple pairs. Let's put these on. So I'm still kind of working on practicing hairdos. I applied for a job at one salon and told them I could only do skincare and makeup very well, and then she's like, I don't need another esthetician. And I said, well, I'm not just an esthetician, I am a cosmetologist. She's like, so you can do hair. I said, I can do hair, but I can't finish or style hair. If you wanted to come over to my house and have me color your hair and you could finish it, we'd be good. And then they just said, well, if you're stepping in here without being number one, then we can't hire you. And you're like, you send your stylist to classes anyways. Okay, let's see how we did. Did we do good? I tried. That's gonna be my thing right now. I'm gonna work with textures of hairstyles and texturizing hairstyles and stuff, and just trying to make them look a little bit more outside the box than a ponytail. And something beyond just clipping my hair back in a clip like I used to. I worked at El Torito. I was just used to think that was cute. I just have like a side bang and then clip all my hair back and make it look all messy and stuff. Like I seriously pretty much only wore that hairstyle because I didn't want to put like pins in my hair, a ton of pins in my hair and ruin it. For lips, I'm going to be taking the Obsessive Compulsive Lip Pencil in the shade Feathered. Or sorry, eye pencil, lip or eye, whatever you want. And just create kind of a highlight. Be sure to blend it in so it doesn't look like out of place or like a milk mustache. With the strong eye like this one, I don't try too hard to make the lip last forever. Sometimes less is more with a strong eye. I'll just tint my lips with some lipstick. Kind of a nude shade. If you're really wearing very nude lips, sometimes you do need a lip liner because sometimes the lighter the lipstick, the less it stays on. I try to wear lip liner almost every look I do just because it gives the lips a pretty wearability and durability and lasts longer usually. But like I said, the eyes are so intense in this look, I'm not concerned. Sometimes it's actually really hard to remove lipstick down here in the humid heat. It's like the humidity just freezes the lip color to your lips and oxidizes it, makes it look all kinds of crazy. I'm going to be taking Nudist, which is the Pacifica Inline Gloss. And voila, you have one of my very classic flushed faces with a bold eye and a nude lip. I did take this one to another level by trying to do bronzer versus contour, so it looked more laid back. In addition to doing a no lip liner lip, see how that works? Just taking a matte lipstick will really help it. And then I actually took a much more vibrant cheek than I typically take in a look like this, not counting a decent amount of mascara. So that would be the learning curve with these very big eyelashes. Also taking a pair of lashes that have an invisible band is super, super helpful when putting on lashes where you don't want to be wearing a lot of eyeliner. Sometimes in the summertime, we don't want to wear a lot of eyeliner. It requires a lot of extra work. And sometimes you just want color to shine through. Summertime, springtime, we want to evolve our perfumes into something much more airy and soft and maybe even a little bit of springtime sophisticated. So we tend to get very crazy with beautiful and fun colors. The summertime, we've already kind of accepted that we're halfway into the year and we tend to opt for more sophisticated options, partially because a lot of family get-togethers, ceremonies, vacations, weddings tend to take place during this time of year. So our choices will become much more subdued and sophisticated. We also don't color our hair as much this time of year unless we are somebody who goes blonde habitually. And part of the reason I have done lighter hair colors, especially in the summer and springtime, is because I live in a hot climate and it's not really worth my money to pay for darker color that's going to get bleached by the sun. So all that kind of stuff comes into play. Not only that, but the sticky summer air really makes perfumes stand out too much attention. So we tend to want those light florals, those fun airy scents, and something that just doesn't say I'm too overdone. I definitely love Scentbird. You get $14.90 with Scentbird. You pay $14.95 per perfume a month to have the perfume of your choice. All you have to do is create a profile, put in your all the types of things that you really like. Please note that all these things that you really like are going to be the fragrances that they're going to recommend to you. So if you really like the beach, definitely note that you're going to get a lot of very arid scents that have a lot of cucumber in it. And of course, you probably know that when you're creating your profile, that's probably what's going to end up happening. Because I was actually shocked to see my profile at first when I clicked I like the beach, and it came back with a lot of very light and airy sea salt sprays, which I don't mind. I love anything oceanic, but I definitely opted for a lot of berry fragrances over the initial recommendations. And I also usually go for perfumes that describe themselves as being sultry, sophisticated, sexy, alluring, yet playful. I don't like too many of the fabulous S words to be used in a perfume, but it's definitely something I look for because they are usually the more rich berry or candy ones. But yeah, you get to pick there are natural ones on that website. Pacifica and Love and Toast is one of them, and I've definitely asked Scentbird to send over some of those for review. So what I like about these is that they roll up, you get a spray bottle. When you get a roller ball from Sephora, they're, in my opinion, less fun and less easy to apply. I was actually shocked to realize people preferred roller balls because they could just put it right where they wanted. I preferred it like, you know, just let the mist touch me. And it definitely smells very different when it's in an air spray. So I will definitely be buying these. Scentbird has been sending me some of these little guys to tell you guys all about. But in the event that they stop sending these to me or they get a more bigger following, they'll probably move on to, you know, sending these out to huge bloggers and whatnot. I'll definitely be purchasing. Their customer service is really easy to use, and it's not a scam website. It's a true prescription perfume website, and you're getting a good amount of perfume. This might even be the same amount in a roller ball. Plus the packaging is like a perfect little travel-o. But these are, you know, extremely excellent if you have too many problems spending your money on huge fancy bottles. This could be a way to sort of leave your spending habits behind. Some people get kind of tired of perfumes, and so this route is the best way to go, in my opinion. If you're somebody who gets tired of perfumes and stops using them or gives them away, my mother's one of them. She actually gives a lot of perfumes away. She'll get tired of them. This is a better kind of route to go. By the time the month's over, you might be out of the perfume, but you'll have another one coming. And of course, you could always buy additionals from Scentbird if need be. So yeah, great, fun company. I enjoy working with them and getting a fun bottle. So yes, I'll see you guys in the next video.